Right, I'm in the mood for it today after the shit show yesterday. Sorry, this morning. Early doors out near the fucking lake and I'm having a disgusting fucking beer. Perlenbacher from Lidl. Can you tell me why? Lidl, a major German supermarket, are knocking out this French shit. I've no idea. But I'm in the mood for it today, right? And also, I don't want to get back to me always. And it is only 10:30. Well, 11 o'clock. But it's my third. But I've been up since 4. And I didn't have a drink since 6 o'clock yesterday. Anyway, so what I'm talking about here now is something that some of my mates on here like the light and like fucking, the score colonel and everybody else. Right? I live in an area where there are 16 bungalows in a beautiful little village with stunning views. It's small. Don't fucking, I mean, it's tiny, but it's adequate. Some are 2-bedroom and some are 1-bedroom. Now, the ones that are 2-bedroom are no bigger than the ones that are 1-bedroom, if you know what I mean. The 1-bedrooms have a porch, an area to sit in, either in summer or even in winter, if you want. But I'm having an issue. We've had issues in the recent past regarding a fucking guy on here who caused a lot of problems. I don't want to go down that road. Anyway, that's almost over with as far as I'm concerned. But what I'm going to talk about now is, right, this is a funny old site. It's on a strange gradient. You know what I mean? Slopes everywhere. As you come into a private estate, actually, there's a sign on the gate saying private. We get everyone coming up from the bin men to the fucking delivery boys from Amazon, the lot, right? Now, if you come on here, right, there are 10 legal parking spaces, right? Now, there are 16 bungalows. Many of these bungalows, some of these bungalows, especially the 2-bedders, or even one-bedders, have 2 people with a car each. The parking is a fucking disaster, It's beyond a disaster, actually. Now, also, I've been here 8 years since you last saw me, back in Shitsville, as I call it. But these parking spaces, right, are like fucking hen's teeth, to the extent where people park on sides where it says no parking. They park on the fucking road into the, the actual complex. They don't park out, some park outside the complex. If you can let me explain this in the way that if you park outside the complex, right, yeah, you're actually parking opposite this opening or the opening to a farm across the road. So you're causing in this tiny village traffic to be on the wrong side of the road, yeah? Which is dangerous, and people fly around the fucking corners here. Your nearest parking, actually, in the sense of like legal parking, is on a very wealthy estate across the road, probably 200 yards away. And I'm not sure they want people parking there anyway. But I've had it out with this housing association, and I'm now at, well, it looks like it's going to go to stage 2, yeah, of a complaint. I started making this complaint 3 years ago, and it was just basically thrown back at me as if to say, you're going to get fuck all done, Peter. So what I did, because of the recent moves here, new tenants come in, elderly tenants dying, if you know what I mean, who don't have cars. Back, in their 80s and 90s, new tenants come in with 2 cars, cars being bumped. One instance where I've actually witnessed one of the staff here bumping the car and fucking off without saying anything. So if you know what I'm saying, this is what we're dealing against. And now, because I've put the second complaint in and I'm at the end of stage 1, but coming up to stage 2, what they're saying to me is that there aren't the funds available, or they don't think there are. And that when my first complaint went in 3 years ago, I never got this until I'm actually, I'm in this position now where I'm asking these questions. When my first complaint was put in 3 years ago, the cost of 3 extra spaces, which would still only leave it 13 for 16 bungalows, was £47,000. Now, fuck off, yeah. I worked in the building trade all my life, yeah. It was me fucking go-to fucking way of making a few quid from 15 years old, until I fucking ended up fucking so fucked up. I couldn't set a brick of fucking... Anyway, enough said. But what I'm saying is that I'm waiting for this, reassessment of the situation. But this time I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. I can't stop because I'm fucked now. I'm physically disabled, along with many other people on here. This is an over 55s complex. When I come, it was sheltered moving. It was sheltered housing, which is, they've changed all that due to fucking saving a few quid. But what I'm saying is, I have to carry on this time. I have to go to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and I have to go to the Ombudsman. Because I've told them that I can't continue to live here unless they almost guarantee me a disabled place. And the others who need them too. Now, that's not going to happen. But there are ways here where you could create another 7 or 8 spaces and maybe designate 1 to each apartment, flat, whatever they're called, bungalow. But do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm asking for here is a bit of advice of some of the old guys who've been with me since the rough old times, on what chances I have into forcing this fucking organisation, this housing association, which is one of the biggest in England, to actually put some new parking spaces and give us all a possibility of going out shopping, going wherever we want and coming home and being guaranteed somewhere to park. I live the closest to the car park, right? For me to walk from the car park to my bungalow is 50 metres, yeah? Up a slope, a very serious slope, yeah? Some of the bungalows are actually probably 150 metres from the nearest parking area. And yet they want us to park another 150 metres outside of the complex, which actually is also, as I said, private. And so on your insurance documents, when you fill out your insurance documents or whatever, you do state that you park in your complex and not on a public road. Yeah? So I'm looking for any input from some of the people I've known a long time and what chance I have of getting this. Because I will go to the Ombudsman. That's, if I go to the Ombudsman this time, I think it's the 4th or 5th time I've been to the Ombudsman, whether it was regarding the phone, whether it was regarding other things, but I've been to the Ombudsman, so I know what I'm doing. I've got fuck all else to do. Yeah, I'm not trying to cause any lumber. I love where I live. I love where I live. I love the organisation. The Housing Association is fantastic, actually. They've been wonderful with me. I'm just looking for a way that we can all be comfortable and not, concerned. Every time we go out the fucking door, we'll come back to not being able to park anyway. Anyway, thanks for that. Take it easy.